What's up? This is Jordan Gray from Half Lit and DopelivenTV.
Hey, this your boy Don Ritchie representing the Midwest 219 Stand Up.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lamar Tate.
This is your girl, Monifa.
Hey, what up? It's your man Dave Hollister from Blackstreet.
You know what this is right here. This Trigger Tretch in the building.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is your boy Jason Weaver. And whenever I'm back home in the Chi, I'm checking out Dope Living TV.
Hey, it's your girl, Adina Howard, and you're watching Dope Living TV, live with Greg Gray and the crew.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Greg Gray, Dope Living TV Live. Started off by saying thank you for tuning in. Welcome. We're going to have a great show. The views that are expressed on this Dope Living TV Live are not necessarily the views of Dope Living TV or its affiliates. Having said that, man, look, I want to first throw a shout out to a great friend of ours, watches the show all the time, Brenda Lampkin. Yeah, Blakemore Lampkin, Blakemore, something like that. Anyway, Brenda's birthday is today. And we want to wish her a happy birthday. So Brenda, yeah, happy birthday. Also, man, we lost a couple of people this week, last week. You know what? I'm gonna bring the team on while we talk about that. Okay, everybody say what's up to my partner, Gina.
What's happening?
She didn't went to the beautician today, y'all. Okay.
No, not today, boy. It was cute, but that rain did a number on me.
That rain, okay. Shout out to Robert. All right. Anyway, wore that perv out, did he, boy? Wore that perv out.
So,
girl,
I'm a regular person.
I can
today.
make you sweat. What's wrong, Gina? What's wrong?
I'm a regular person. I had to get a new laptop, so all of my controls and my stuff is gone. I got to try to get back into it.
You good? You're good. You're gonna be okay. What happened to your one?
Somebody broke it.
Okay.
Okay.
It had to be a grandbaby, right?
Must be something like that. Okay. Everybody say what's up to Marcella.
Hey,
Gina, you're still cute.
Okay, thank you, Marcy.
You never said she wasn't.
She got the love sweat.
I'm not gonna do much talking, y'all.
Love sweat.
Yeah, we could tell.
My voice.
Everybody says up to the life coach, Mr. Jeff Rutherford.
J Real.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey.
And everybody say hello. You know, we try to make sure that we keep this show vibrant and live, and we keep people around us that are going to create that positive energy and make sure that the energy stays within this group. And as we ball it up together, we pass it on to you guys so that you can have that energy as well. Okay, everybody say what's up.
LaDonna, what's going on?
What's going on?
You guys. I pressed to get here tonight. I pressed.
Hey,
I was like, I ain't coming on. I don't know I could do it, but my life coach energy was speaking to me on today. You heard what I'm saying?
All right.
You think we put your name
I'm
up in the lights?
No makeup, no. I'm in my raw state. God say be raw.
Look fine.
Okay.
Hey, we're glad to have you here with us. All right. Tracy
The
Walker says
kids-
hello
the
to
kids
everybody.
ain't covered.
Hey, Tracy.
Yvette Ayers, what's going on, baby? What's going on? All right, but Brenda Lampkin, Blakemore, today is her birthday. Everybody say hello to Brenda. Happy
Hello,
birthday.
Brenda.
Happy birthday, Brenda.
Happy birthday, Brenda.
Birthday,
Happy
Brenda.
birthday.
Faithful
Happy
listener,
birthday to
she
you.
always watches the show, okay? Appreciate you tuning in to Yvette Ayers, classmate of mine. Love you so much, all right? Tracy Walker, what's going on? She says, hey, Greg and Marcella, forget the rest of y'all. Anyway.
She's not like that. I
Hey,
know well.
Tracy.
What's going on, Marcel? What's going on?
Hey, Arthur's Kane.
You just skipped over that too quick. What's that?
You know, got to do that. Don't want to marinate. But you know what, man? You know, we've been losing a lot of people lately. Okay, we lost Bill Russell, great NBA great, last week. It's going on this week, man. You know, I'm gonna put Marcy, your cousin, Olivia Newton-John. We
I was just getting ready to say, don't forget Olivia Newton-John.
no, I ain't gonna forget it. Marcy's cousin.
How you go?
Definitely, she's an icon.
How you go?
Classic icon. Okay, she was in the movie Grease with John Travolta, right? Sad to hear her pass. She was 72. So we also lost Magnum PI's Roger Moses.
Yes.
Terrible.
Car accident, wasn't it?
Car accident. That's right. Yeah.
Well, you being 80-something years old and trying to run drive a Corvette.
Yes, sir. But he was a great actor. Great actor.
Yes. We grew up with him.
Yeah, we said Nichelle Nichols.
From
Star Trek.
I didn't grow up.
Oh yeah.
But we sent
That
a
was before your time, Jeff.
No, that wasn't my time. That was before my time.
That was before his time, for sure.
Your age and younger, they dying quicker than these people, man. So,
Unfortunately.
Hey, he ain't lying, though. He ain't lying.
Yeah, sad.
I'm with you when you're right, bro.
Give our condolences out to their families. Okay, we wish we were praying for you guys for peace and comfort in your time of bereavement.
Yes.
Wanted to get that out the way, okay? Because it's just, I mean, it's like these past 2 weeks they just been dropping.
Yes.
It's the heat, bro.
I don't know.
Is that what it is?
No, it's the heat. It's the heat. It's the heat. It's a fire for real. Period.
Wow.
And the humidity as well. You know, it's different. But today, man, he just texted me. He's on his way home. Saturday, on the BGHE Worldwide, there was a gentleman on there. His name was Backwood Brad. We sat listened to him. He's a recording artist, motivational speaker, content creator. This guy here, man,
awesome.
He started dropping some gems like they was
man.
Like he was making them, man. I told him, I said, hey man, look, because it was a great show that day. Come on our show and just, let's continue that conversation. All right. So he's going to come on here and talk about the state of hip hop today. He's going to come on here and talk about the what the differences between then and now. Talk about some of the things that he's going to be doing, and just want to celebrate this guy, man, and get some wisdom, because I think for everybody that's coming up with this hip hop movement, that everything is so crowded with the same stuff now. Everybody sounds the same.
Yeah,
exactly. Yep.
Unfortunately, you're telling the truth.
Yeah, and it's time for some new people to come through and change the game. You got people like J. Cole, and you got people like Kendrick Lamar that are killing it right now, right? But we need more. We need that to be the norm as opposed to all of this other mess,
Exactly.
So he's going to come on and talk a little bit about that. But also, don't forget this weekend on Sunday. That's why I'm here. Jamie McDowell.
On my show, going to house. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. I thought I pushed the mute button.
We're like, okay.
Miggy and Figgy. And now she's doing a Gina. Look at that. Now she's doing a Gina.
Now you muted for real. You muted.
No, I think she's still talking to someone.
Y'all told her.
Nah, he just wanted his candy, But like I said, I pressed because I had to regroup, redirect, refocus with being able to be here.
Get your
all right, we'll get it right one day. We're gonna get it right one day.
Redirect, regroup.
Hey, you can say it anyway.
That's
you gonna get it.
We using it as a crutch now, man. Look, man, I was getting ready to drive in traffic, man, but you know what? I had to redirect, regroup, and refocus.
You have to do what?
That's what I'm talking about. I like that.
Regroup and redirect and then refocus. Okay, sometimes you can switch it around, okay, and still be okay. You'll be all right.
Why don't you get them all in?
Nah, man. Shout out to my man Ron Reed. All right.
Yes, good show yesterday.
Fantastic show. Not because we were on it, because that man bared his soul. Okay. Shout out to
that was a great show too.
That's right.
Man, it's amazing. Man, when y'all look, Tubi is good. But when the Dope Living Network come out,
It's great. It's
wow.
going to be great.
Hey.
Oh my God! Now see, Tubi, not knocking Tubi, okay, but they're giving independent content creators an opportunity to get their movies seen on a bigger platform. But the thing is, they're not enforcing the fact that okay, we need to hear you. We need to hear the people that are acting in there. All right, so they got one person lavalier up, and if you're not near that person in that movie, you're not gonna hear the other ones. They sound like they
Just
way
like
back
people in the hallway.
you sitting here in Mississippi. You know, it's ridiculous, man. But good movies, good content they got on Tubi. All right, but I'm just saying, you guys, everybody that's watching it does have content. Come to Dope Living TV Network. We got you. We're gonna make sure it's right. Even if I got to tweak this stuff to make the volume come up, we're gonna make sure it's right. Even if Maurice got to do a different opening for you guys, okay? We're gonna make it all right. Backwood Brad is he's on his way. He's
cool.
There's no delayed. He's coming in, but
So Greg, let me ask you this:
yes,
since you got Backwood coming on, you know,
yes,
you said, you know, like he was talking about on the show the other day, the condition of hip hop and where it's gone in like the last, how many years would you say that it did all this craziness doing right now?
I'd say the last 15.
Last 15?
23.
Oh, since the 2000s. I mean, I was thinking about that far too.
1989.
Listen hard. You gotta listen hard, because see, you know, you had those guys like Dre.
You still had the leftovers from the 96 and 97. Yeah.
They were a little different, but then you started coming in with this dude, the Slump God. Then you came in with the Baby. Then you came with the Baby Junior. You came with the Baby Senior. You know, you came in with all these different,
Baby
you know,
Senior.
6ix9ine. All these, everybody sounds the same. Okay, I was speaking with my son about this stuff, man. He said, "Well, Dad, you guys did the same thing back in the day." I said, "But we were creatively disguising."
Without a doubt. We did it like that for a reason, because we wanted our parents to participate.
Yeah.
You know, I think about, you know, the way my mother, she used to talk about, y'all ain't doing that. That song, we did that song, but y'all sitting up here dancing to it when we play it. So, you know, it was cleverly, you know, disguised.
Hidden in plain sight.
Yeah, exactly. And that stuff was, you know, the 50s, you know. You think about Luther Vandross. People think Luther Vandross is the greatest artist in the whole world. To me, he's a good artist, but every song he done was somebody else's song.
A cover.
Never ever did an original song. Never. And a lot of people think that he had original. Every song he did was somebody else's song.
Interesting.
But he did it well.
Nothing new under the sun.
He made
There's nothing new under the sun. There's nothing new under the sun. So people revamp, but when you have your own authentic energy, and then you're not trying to be a part of the trend.
Exactly what I'm getting to. That's exactly what I'm getting to. He made it his own because it was Luther Vandross's voice. He put that Luther Vandross whip on it, and it was on him kicking, you know. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he put his flavor on it. Yeah,
exactly. So
that's the thing. Nobody's reaching out trying to be creative. Now, you got a few of them that will reach back. They will get some beats from way back in the day. Because let's face it, it's hard to make a new song. A new song. Everything's
a new song and a new beat. It is. I mean, you can carve your own lane. And don't get me wrong, some of the new artists do have some good stuff, but then you get into the content, and it's like, you know, the beats fly. You know, some of the hooks is flying. Then you get into the content. It's like, what the hell? Wait a minute, why are you talking about that in public? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Come up a lot. Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, it's usually when you start looking at the original artists that come out now who try to be creative, they usually have a different sound. It's usually a different voice that they have, something that's catchy, something that everybody will connect to. But then you got to remember, they ain't ever around that long. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
And think about Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke was Pop Smoke was about to. That man was already on his way up there at a young age, and then he haul off and die. You know what I mean?
Well,
what happened to him?
Who was that? You say Pop Smoke?
Pop Smoke.
Yeah, Pop Smoke.
Yeah, Pop Smoke was on.
I remember.
Shout out to Royal Joyner II. He says you're starting to see that in artist beats on their projects using throwback melodies. All right. Hey, everybody, look, and I really want to get this man in here so we can talk about this, so we can have some time to talk about it. Okay, everybody say what's up to Backwood Brad.
Backwood.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Welcome.
Bro, again, man, thank you for giving us that time, man. You know, we had you Saturday on the BGHE, man, and you killed that. But I don't think you had enough time to say a lot of the stuff that you needed to say, especially when they were talking about the old school versus the new school. They didn't even have you in that conversation. So we want you to get ready to, want you to say whatever you got to say on this, man, because I think, and I'll start it off by saying, what do you think about the state of hip hop right now?
I mean, personally, I don't think it's as bad as what others would try to make it out to be. And I speak from that space just on the freedoms that we have alone in music, that most of the people that we look up to, or most of the people that brought us into the music, they didn't have the same freedoms. They didn't have the same luxuries. And not even just like on an entitlement thing or like opportunity thing, just with like the contracts, the actual opportunities that are available, like show wise, they used to only have certain people on certain stages, certain groups would click together and things like that. It's so much different now. It's so much different now. I think in a positive way, as much as the negative influence is what's focused on in society.
Yeah, that's crazy, man, because there's a lot of good artists out there, but they don't have the opportunity to shine themselves because they're all these garbage.
Yes.
I'm going to say it like it is. All these garbage ass rappers and artists, they're out there. I don't know how they're marketing and getting it out there like that, man. Damn,
I'm gonna tell you the way they said it. If people digest it, you're gonna keep feeding it to them. You know what I'm saying? If folks stop, sitting at the table, they'll go away. You know what I mean? They'll go away.
How do we get that to happen? By the way, everybody again say happy birthday to Brenda Lampkin.
Happy birthday, Brenda.
Happy birthday,
Brenda.
Yeah, I mean, celebrating, but she's still giving us some time, all right? So I mean, you see what we're saying basically is that we're funneling, and I tell my son all the time, he says, "Well, Dad, this dude's garbage." I said, "Well, y'all let him in. Y'all let him in."
That's true. That's fact.
You know what I'm saying? So Backwood, I mean, you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, man, and where you've been,
I mean, for lack of a better term, I've been in my feelings for some years. I'm glad to stop emotionally responding to things and actually, react to things in a more mature manner, in a more collected and calculated manner. Just not just responding to everything I see because I feel it needs a response versus hopping on platforms like this or actually taking the time to say things that need to be said.
So look, we got Backwood Brad on here, man. Like I said, he's a consummate professional, but I want to play one of his songs real quick. Okay, we played this on the Saturday show, but a whole different audience. All right, I got this song called "Run the Courts." All right, man, y'all better listen to this guy. Y'all check this out. Okay, we'll be back right here at DopelivenTV Live. Check this out.
We've been working too hard. Here to shake it up, we playing Yahtzee, where the opsy. Every verse a TED Talk, who taking topics. Hit a wall, you hate the Rockets, make them watch me change the optics. Till I'm $1 million man, Ted DiBiase, Brad the Archer. Gave him targets, secured the cheap deposits. Chains and armor hanging off balconies like I'm Peter Parker. Curtains falling, crows flocking, like my name's Itachi. Pen blade sharper than Kiss-A-Maze, I'm a real Akatsuki. Without compromising integrity, just let it be. Bernard and Oscar, part of my weaponry. The execution's golden. KFC wanting a recipe. People throwing dirt on my name, used to eat next to me. Leg up in the race, that's my legacy. Treasure, please see the pressure isn't what's pressing me. Passion bleeds into my patience. If you tested me, integrated courage and fear to reach my destiny. What's next for me? We ain't putting up the work for the frauds. Don't say the choice for the mall. We on course for the car. Run the courts at your bar. Yeah. We ain't putting up the work for the frauds. Don't say the choice for the mall. We on course for the car. Run the courts at your bar. Run the courts at your bar. Sipping bottle Fiji, narrating a manga reading. You cannot defeat me. A sage on the back of Gamakichi. A novel brief, an apostle like if it's Paul you seeking or the Pope, it's a poet. Sounding like the Cardinal speaking. Nightmare, same presence, Kamara leaving. Karama greedy for all the energy that I will be needing. Celibate, searching for Tsunade's teachings. And Nami to see the seed whip. Vegeta like if I witness a bomb a beating. Waging my aura till the gods make me an offer. I answer prayers, make me an altar. Philosophy in my raps make me a scholar. At the podium on the stage saying things like Obama. Try not to break any promise. Adjustments I'm making are making me honest. What's accountability if you never make a deposit? Even as Okage, remember your days of ramen. Shine like a supernova, not the shades of the common. Another camera pose, overlooked beauty, glamorous soul. Chose squares looking for a circle like the angles were close. Button heads with the kids trying to anger the goats. Would a stamina hold? Open arms, what if them hands would have closed? Out on a limb until the branches had broke. In search of forbidden jutsu, I could stand in the clone. Expanded your hope. Would you rather stand in the scope or pull the trigger behind the pain and the stain of the smoke? Oh. We've been working too hard. We've been working too hard. We ain't putting out the work for the frauds. Don't say the choice for the mall. We on course for the call. Run the courts at your bar. Yeah. We ain't putting out the work for the frauds. Don't say the choice for the mall. We on course for the call. Run the courts at your bar. Run the courts at your bar.
Come on now.
Backwood.
Come on.
Here to shake it up. We playing Yahtzee. We're the Opsy. Every verse.
I slipped, man.
I see it.
I'm off
That's
the production.
nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm grateful.
That's what's
Metaphor straight through.
Yeah, so I said the metaphors is tight.
Yeah.
All day long. So how do you come up with the songs that you come up with?
A lot of stuff. I don't know, like things translate to me differently. As a kid, I wasn't somebody that needed everything to be tangible for me to necessarily relate to it or learn from it. I was able to apply things, not like how I seen fit, but apply it within its own, I guess, find like just like wherever I could in life, like where to apply those type of things. A lot of people think that you study a basketball player to learn how to play basketball. That's not the case. Like you can learn a lot of great things, you know what I mean? Like within great people, but only focusing on what people were great at, I think you lose a lot of that. Like they say, you know, like the old proverb and stuff, you know what I mean? Pointing at the moon, you know what I'm saying? You lose all the beauty and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Looking at you get lost in the finger pointing, you know what I mean? Like the actual beauty or like what's actually happening. I think a lot of people get lost and caught up in just so much of the facade of everything.
Yeah, it's I guess, and I think a lot of people, man, they feel themselves before they feel the music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They don't truth, and they're trying to perform for themselves as opposed to trying to perform for the audience or give work to the audience.
Not to cut you off, that's where I disagree on today's generation. I believe most people today are trying to recreate something. They're not like. I know that, and I don't want to generalize and say everybody, but a lot of this, what the pop culture like things are like a lot of the more popular music and stuff like that. Most of those people aren't making that music like for themselves, in my opinion. You're trying to appeal to someone else's audience that they've already created. And what people don't realize is that the majority of your audience doesn't necessarily identify with your music as much as they identify with you. So if you take that whole process out of allowing somebody to identify with you, take out that whole interaction, that whole engagement, and now you just make music that sound like someone else's music. So you're expecting that to bridge the gap on whatever it is you're trying to do. I think that that's the wrong level of expectancy. And I think that that is the space that a lot of artists exist in today, just making music to try to sound or appease the fan that's already happy. I don't care about fans. It's like there's so many people out there that are confused. They think they're happy because of a regurgitated experience. If it makes Miss Donna happy, if it makes Miss Gina happy, well then I'm happy too. Are you really happy? And that's the problem. I don't think that enough people are asking themselves that versus being so lonely or just so internally lost that we're just going to follow someone else's paths and base everything off that.
So would you say that that's the reason why some of these artists are getting a seat at the table and force feeding us with whatever's going on?
I think it's a combination of things too, OG, because we, like, I say we, like, as a whole, like the people who absorb the content, the hard work cannot be mistaken. Like, we cannot excuse the amount of work that goes in. And that's a disconnect too. Just because you're not as talented as me doesn't mean you're not outworking me. I know I'm extremely talented. One of my issues in the past is consistency. You have to have a level of consistency to be out there for people to take you seriously.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
A lot of people have the work ethic, but they don't necessarily have the talent. So I think that there's a lot of that too, where you see somebody, because here's the thing too, talent isn't going to let you do whatever you want with it, right? When you get somebody who's not as talented and is just the clay, and you just mold them to what you want to be, these are the artists that are mostly taken advantage of. The actual talent side of it, like the penmanship or the production side, I don't think that there's as big of a gap there as what people think there is, in my opinion. I just think that you get a hold of people like Clay and you mold them a little bit, and they stay in that mold a lot longer than probably what most of us would like.
Right.
Backwood, may I ask, what got you into the industry?
A plethora of things, I guess. For me as a kid, I used to grab the newspaper and I used to pin the weather section up to the wall. And I used to give the weather to any and everybody. My grandma got people coming over, or, you know, just friends hanging out, you know what I'm saying? My uncle's friends, my mama's friends, whatever. And I'm the entertainment, you know what I mean? Trying to be funny, the weather, it's sunny today, and all this type of stuff. So the ability to entertain, or the urge or desire to want to entertain, I've had that most of my life. I do poetry as well as martial arts, and I played sports most of my life too. So a lot of being on the stage was already there, and then I just started to connect the dots a little bit, I guess.
Backwood, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Where's your spoken word? Can you give me some?
Okay, now good.
Nah, I can't off the top of my head. I don't.
Oh, yes, you can.
I heard it in his music. I just heard it in his music. I heard it in his music.
Put him on the spot.
You could definitely spit a freestyle, can't you, Backwood?
I mean, yeah, but the spoken word, I can't freestyle spoken word. I don't. I mean, maybe I can.
Can I help you out? Can I help you out?
What's that?
Can I help you out with some freestyles, some spoken word?
Go ahead, Donna, spit it.
Of course.
Oh, I'm a spoken word artist, so I can't freestyle rap real good, but I can freestyle spoken word and do whatever my craft is.
Cut it out. You telling that? Go ahead.
We gonna cut it out because he told me to cut it out, and we gonna turn it out, and everything we do is the existence of our proven energy. It's the essence of the beauty that's flowing, and I see it in you, my king. You're the essence of everything that bring a formation of things that make the world bring forth a new existence. It's a reality of formality of everything that's got us proven. And guess what? You know you got it going. So I speak to you to rise up, because you know, y'all, you know I gotta say rise up. Because as we rise up, we cause humanity to rise up in the beauty of our essence. Shalom.
Shalom.
All right,
Shalom.
She said shalom. Still got it, y'all.
She said shalom. There it is.
She put some Jewish cracks in there. Go ahead, girl.
Still got it.
So Backwood, with your music, man, and I know it's a general question, but who do you try to reach with your music?
Anyone looking for some sort of encouragement, anyone who didn't think that they could yesterday type stuff. Like, my music,
that's good,
generally is literally just like it's given, like I didn't feel like I had a purpose without this, and I don't necessarily like to meet people who don't feel like they have a purpose, not like in an egotistical way, but because me being there lost for so long, there wasn't anything that anyone could say to bring me out of that. So it's such a vulnerable place for me to meet people like that because I feel like I'm looking myself in the face. You know, like I get chills talking about it. Like the hairs are standing up. It's weird because being that vulnerable in that space, being somebody who's been homeless, being somebody who's been sexual abused, being somebody who's been physically abused, like damn near everything that could negatively happen to you, being that I've existed in that space in one way, shape, or form, knowing the battle it was for me to get out of that mentally and emotionally, economically, socially, like there's so many different levels to it. So you could be way ahead of the curve financially and just be wasting your money. You know what I mean? Like don't even know how to save it, don't know how to manage it, et cetera, et cetera. You could be way behind, right? Like we've all met people who got next to nothing or some of the happiest people we know. You know what I mean? So it's just so many levels and layers within there to try to divulge. When you meet a person in that space, like you don't know what they're sad from, what they're recovering from, what they're healing from, like everything at once. And for some people, just overloading of that sensory is enough to put them, you know what I'm saying, back in the hole. So even trying to talk about it, you got to be careful sometimes, you know what I mean? Just not to push them back off the edge and stuff. So for me, being able to give them something that they could feel, I don't got to tell you nothing, just feel this. You know what I mean? I like being able to give people pieces of art, whether it be something they could visually look at, something they can hear and absorb. You know what I mean? I like to do it like that because I feel like body language and all that type stuff, like you can't lie to me. You can tell me stories over the phone when you're sitting here like this the whole time and like, all right, you start to feel that a little bit. I can see now you're uncomfortable. That's good. Let's talk about this. That's the type of, you know, that's what I make my music for. You know what I mean?
Can I chime in? Can I chime in right quick? Because this is such an awesome conversation because me and Coach was talking earlier today and I told him about music and the vibration. Like I never listened to the words of music really growing up from the 80s, the 70s, 60s. I'm old school, diverse. And I told Coach, my daughter sang the sound from the 80s and it like melt my heart because I'm listening to their frequency and she don't want to be a part of that because I'm like, it sounds like you got snot in your mouth and I can't understand it when it started hurting me, but I still chime in. But I always taught my kids different frequencies of music and I teach them the back play of what is emitting to you. Pay attention to what is being emitting to you. What is the attention to this music? This music has hertz and frequencies and I teach them about all the different musical instruments. And so we need to listen to them, but they need to understand that it's elders, it's people out here that understand the frequencies of the instruments and how God gave them to us to heal ourselves and to speak life on so many different levels. So I love this. I'm glad I chimed in. I feel just honored and blessed to meet you, young man.
It's reciprocal. Thank you, Auntie. I appreciate you.
So, bro, was there ever a moment where
I'm gonna fight you with that auntie shit? Don't call me auntie.
You know what? That vibration hit me in the back of my head. I was like,
you more than auntie?
Oh, right there.
No, I don't like that terminology because that was like a crackhead terminology when I was growing up. They started calling.
I ain't never called no auntie a crackhead.
In the hood, auntie, and then the
if I see a woman that's a crackhead, I call her crackhead. But I don't. Usually, I get like auntie is a term of endearment. So like,
but they turned it. No, the younger generation switched it to a term of endearment. But some of us older people, just call me lady, baby. You good?
Argue about it.
And it's funny you say that because I've literally called older woman lady because I heard like my uncle and my granddad do that. I ain't your lady. Well, goddamn, what the hell you want me to call you? To call you damn.
Call me a lady. I love being called a lady. And people don't know that's the meaning of my name, but everybody has been calling me lady my whole life. So I had to understand that I'm a lady and I'm not a man and not to be programmed by the music and all the, because that my generation with the music, like we teach our children and my husband, we teach them that we would over sexualize. And I played Pop That Pussy for them. And they like, what mama doing? Y'all, come on now. And I played some old school, as you teach them to not to make it like taboo, but you teach your children the dynamics of the energy that is being pushed to them, with their little crackhead cells with them internets and the little tablets and stuff. So,
All right.
It's coming at them babies. They want y'all all to be gay, and we can't procreate. Like I tell my kids, can we procreate if everybody gay now? Come on, we better let's deal with this now. We ain't gonna judge or hurt nobody, but let's deal with the dichotomy of what is really being proved to us as people. And so I yell Greg for a purpose. You know I got touchy, baby.
Yeah, you angry, all right? But we gonna be it's gonna be all good.
No, it's not angry. You angry in a good way.
Okay, I don't want you to talk about it though, okay? But anyway,
angry
hey,
in
Brad,
a good way.
we're talking with Backwood Brad.
I'm a lady. I'm a lady.
We're talking with Backwood Brad. He's a writer. Woo.
Hallelujah.
He's a writer. He's a content creator. He's a rapper. He probably gonna be something else for the show is over with, okay? But we having a good time when I'm talking about the state of the music, talking about his music, talking about where he's come from and where he's going. Okay, I wanted to ask you, Brad, was there a moment where you wanted to give all of this up, the progression of music for yourself? Was there a moment that you wanted to give it up?
I did give it up for a while, like from 2015 to 2016. I was just putting out music that was just like in the archive, so to say. I didn't write from December 2016 until January 2020. Like I didn't write for almost 3.5, 4 years. Yeah. Wow. But at the same time, outside looking in, I still released 4 projects in that period of time. That's how much I work and all that. Like even right now, I just released 3 projects in the summer, and I literally have 8 in the cut, 5 albums and 3 EPs. So but just emotionally, it was just a lot of things. Like I never cared so much about the money I was making as much as the people sitting next to you are supposed to support you. I don't care if you like my music, but you like everything else that comes with it. You know what I mean? So it's like, to want everything else within the circle, but to not want you know what I mean? It was just kind of a lot for me to, it was just kind of a lot for me to accept. So I didn't, you know what I mean? I was just like, forget the music, just going on autopilot. Oh, I'm releasing stuff. And this and that. But I was really ready to not give up as like a person, but I seen what quitting music did to me, and it left me in a big hole faster than what I could climb out of it. You know what I mean? And you don't realize it until it's too late. That's why the idea of doing something as like a release, I really encourage that to people. But like I had said on the other podcast, we're in such a dangerous place now to where a lot of people don't use it as a release as much as they use it as a vice. So
man,
that was good, brother.
I'm sorry, I had to scream because me and Coach was talking about that earlier too. That's why the mental health was chiming in because they don't understand the music is putting people in, different mindsets, and they don't understand it's an epidemic of mental health. And I watch it every day. I just be sitting like, but then you deal with your own mental health and you start to be accountable. Redirect, regroup, I'm gonna get it together. Regroup, all that. It's a paradigm. We have to know what we're doing with the devices. Like you said, the devices and the tools that God give us to use them for good, but we was born to sin, right? So we have to learn how to come out of that trajectory, and we have to learn how to go in a different direction and speak life to our babies. But they fire, these babies fire, but they're not going to succumb to us controlling, because that's been a factor that I had to realize within myself, that control don't get you nowhere, but lost within yourself. So, and that's what they put in the music, and our babies getting it. So you said that this fire tonight, I feel blessed and honored to meet you. And man.
Backwood, is there any other genre of music that you have not done that you might want to get into?
There's plenty of music that I would love to get into. Like I'm a big musical fan. I would love to write my own musical sometime.
Hip hop musical.
Wow.
And like when I talk about music, I mean like from like the just like cheesy, just I want to go to school. Just, you know what I mean? Like I would like to be doing that, writing that type of stuff.
All right.
You know what I mean? Like that's something that, yeah, I don't necessarily have like a big desire to act or do anything like that, but for sure in the theater roles, you know, the writing live plays and stuff, that will be dope to me. I believe that I have the talent and ability to write any kind of music. I don't read music, so that's something that maybe through time I can learn. But it's sitting down with any type of musician, give me a BPM range, you know what I mean? Give me a message and let's get to work. You know, I feel like country music, rock music, anything, I feel like I could write for sure.
Oh, look forward to seeing you in the musicals and in the theater. That's kind of my little bit of what I want to go to.
Just remember
Dope Living TV. Write some stuff. Go ahead, Maurice.
No, I'm just saying, when you do, make sure you holler out Dope Living TV and that bad boy.
No, hey, look,
shameless plug.
Like we said Saturday, we got something in store for Backwood Brad, man. Y'all look, it's got some good things you ready to come through for real. So, y'all stay tuned. Y'all check out Backwood Brad. Backwood, what? Because I'm going to play a video of yours. What do you think makes a good music video?
In a lot. Everything's subjective. I know. Everything is subjective. What gets someone's attention versus what is good for them, I think may not be the same thing. Duality is important in life. I believe you can't have one without the other. The problem is that we're trained by the eye to recognize things that bother us that are bad. Now, the experience of what we like and what we love, we're not taught how to make that last. We're told what that feeling is, but we're not taught how to make that last. So when we begin to experience or break down anything, that in particular feeling of love, like, you know, keep it around, I need more of this, that goes so fast. That, in my opinion, is why this other stuff lasts so long, because things that we really like go so fast. There isn't enough space to really get out of that what we need to get out of that today. And the reason for that, in my opinion, is just the oversaturation of other things. Now, it's easy to say that they're not talented, or like they want us to be gay, or they want us to hate each other and be racist, or they want this and that. For sure, there's a lot of agendas at play, but I think the biggest thing is just that we're taught to only act on those negative emotions. We're trained to only control the negative emotions. You got to control your temper. No, like in martial arts, they teach you to embrace a lot of that darkness. And martial arts, have one without the other. So that's where I be at with how the Western world handles a lot of things. They take the duality out of it. They tell you can have one without the other, which is naturally incorrect. That is the wrong thing to appropriate, to feel like you can have one without, you can never have anything without something else. Like there's always duality and causality in life, but confusing the two is what we do well in America for sure.
Got my ass froze.
Backwood.
Oh, did I forget to tell
Rise up. I was singing that when he was talking. Oh.
Did I forget to tell you guys that he's a motivational speaker as well?
You can tell.
So I mean,
you can tell that definitely.
If
Rise up, yes.
One portion of his repertoire goes out, he got another one to fall back on. Okay, look, man, I got Open Your Wings and Fly. What were you thinking about when you did this video?
That is, so when I wrote Open Your Wings and Fly, that's the first project that I actually did when I got to Alaska. Like that's the first time I wrote in 3 years, 4 years ish. So the whole thing with Open Your Wings and Fly, like literally I'm talking to myself the whole time. So like most of my music, I'm talking to me at a certain period in time. Maybe it's 8-year-old Brad. Maybe it's 10-year-old Brad. I'm 35. Maybe it's 34-year-old Brad. Like sometimes it's more recent. Sometimes it's just, me, the reflection aspect of it. Like this conversation has to happen. And I wasn't mature enough to have it then. So we're going to have it now and get this out, sort of feeling. But Open Your Wings and Fly was in that space, solely in that space. I was just recovering from what I had told was depression, when in reality, it seemed like complacency. I had just been, you know what I mean? So like, it's perception. You can be sad and not be depressed, right? Like you can be complacent and happy of the space that you're in, which could be hindering you back from succeeding and going further in life. So the perception of things also hinder a lot of people, in my opinion, in where they're trying to go or where they're trying to get to. Because that, I talked about it in the other podcast too. We had the whole application of it. Everybody needs something so tangible. You got to learn, you got to follow basketball to know basketball. And no, bro, like there's so much other things in life and everything. Like religious people will tell you God's in everything. I believe apply that to everything. Everything is in everything. You know what I mean? Like there is and there isn't. The duality of life is so important for everything, and finding happiness and finding security. Anything that you're looking for in life, there's duality in that more than there's causality. Like I said, we like to focus on causality here in America. By removing this, it will eliminate. No, that doesn't happen. You can't just keep removing stuff thinking it's going to add something, or add something thinking it was missing. That is not always the case. We're always focusing on a symptom, a causality here in the Western world. And that is just inappropriate, in my opinion, to build. Right. There is a time and place for that, for sure. Yeah. Sometimes you got to recognize symptoms to get to the root of the problem, but to only focus on those things, and that's what you identify with, that is the issue.
There you go, man. We're going to get into this Open Wings and Fly. Backwood Brad. We'll be right back. Dope Living TV Live.
Because one believes in oneself, one doesn't try to convince others. Nah. Because one is content with oneself, one doesn't need others' approval. That part. Because one accepts oneself, the whole world accepts him or her. Lucka. Open your wings and fly. It's for love I confuse for infatuation. Maybe I'm to blame, far from immaculation. Learn to lie, you grow fond of exaggeration. Baby steps in the pond of my imagination. Feeling like Kanye before he dropped graduation. 20 years or so, help with the maturation. Teachers worried, lot of focus on my application. I was in the classroom fabricating the fascination. Broken home with a dirty diaper scent. Seen failure before I ever tried to quit. Second nature, must have triggered my spider senses. Lost in the web, tortured by the cyber sickness. You got no one to trust. I spent too long trying to adjust. A little birdie told me just open your wings and fly. Open your wings and fly. You got nowhere to run. Open your wings and fly. 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 Real familiar where the floor is at, so when I let you in, don't step on me like a doormat. Pride is an issue, then your mind trying to format future plans like the weatherman and the forecast. But your past can trigger emotions, chemical imbalance, a rigor mortis potion. Forget it all, try and fall into hypnosis. Lungs are exhausted, liver is corrosive. Forgiving myself is overdone. Thought my daddy would have been happier first time he seen his first son. Sometimes acceptance play the cruel one. That's why they say forgiveness is rule one. You got no one to trust. I spent too long trying to adjust. A little birdie told me just open your wings and fly. Open your wings and fly. You got nowhere to run. Open your wings and fly. 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 Open your wings and fly.
Yo, I'm gonna say that.
The last part.
What I love about how you embody your music, my man, is that we feel you in your music.
Exactly.
You feel me? We feel you in your music. That's why, man, I'm sitting up here listening and just listen to you put all those words together. And I heard some of those instances where you told us how you got started. That was like you bringing up the past back in the song and everything. Yo, man, I'm paying attention, brother. I'm seeing how it all come together, bro. You cold with it, man. I'm serious, and that's what we need, man. You authentic, and man, it's just refreshing to hear your music, dog. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I'm tired of hearing all that shit on the radio, all that mess, bro.
Thank you, Jeff. I really
It needs a change, okay? And that's stuff like the sounds that you give him, man. It's a pleasant change. I don't want to keep hearing all of this. Who made mumble rap? What is that, man? Come on, man, get out of here with this.
It's
and
boogers.
How many interviews have you guys watched where these mumble rap artists are all of a sudden so conscious and intelligent and just know everything in their interviews?
Exactly.
I'm not as original as what people are not being true to themselves. There's 1,000 Brads. Everybody would just rather be 21 Savage or somebody else. And not to insult 21 Savage, that brother is crazy intelligent. The insight that he has is crazy. He will tell you the songs are just for entertainment. I might talk about somebody. I'm not telling you to go clap them. So that's the disconnect, is that there's a lot of human beings that believe that is like a blueprint way to life. So everybody goes and gets, Pooh Shiesty's album and starts living like Pooh Shiesty. Pooh Shiesty ain't even living like Pooh Shiesty. Like,
right.
Exactly. I don't even know who that is.
It's just it came out
like that, though. You know what I'm saying? Why put it out there like that? Be
it makes money.
It's
making money. Period.
But for a lot of these people, it's not that it makes money. That type of investment, you recover cost on that type of investment faster than a J. Cole.
Right.
Like, the idea that I'm going to pay for somebody to go to a school, like full sale's not cheap. Full sale's 60, 70 grand over 4 or 5 years. So we're going to invest that into somebody. And then we're going to set you behind the scenes to be an intern. Intern's not making. How are you recovering costs from me yet? Right? Still ain't recovered no cost. We're going to have you set and give away production on the Blueprint 2 and give away some writing credits and all that just for J. Cole to surface in 2010, 2011. So it's like the idea that you work from 2006 to 2010 for nothing, nobody's doing that today. Nobody's doing that today. Right. At least telling you they're doing that. Everybody's going to tell you a different story. So like I'm not going to tell you that I did all that because I didn't. So the people that hear Brad's interview or hear Brad's music, they go and try it Brad's way. But that's why everybody else want to go try it Lil Uzi Vert's way. R.I.P. want to try it Triple X Tentacion's way. Because the interviews tell you that's what they did. That's not what they did.
See?
Exactly.
Like Chris says, Chris Lane's, shout out to Chris Mills. You have to separate the music from the real person. And thank you, Chris, for introducing us, for bringing us Backwood Brad, man, because this has been, I mean, you're an amazing individual, man, really. A lot of people can't talk it like you do. You know, you get these interviewing skills is ridiculous, man. Okay, because you got something to say.
Right. And I was gonna, and like, this is where I encourage people to spend a lot of time alone and not on no, I'm alone, man. Like down in the dump, like, no, I spent years. I spent years the life of the party. I spent years living with 10, 11 people and always felt alone. I have felt more myself in the last 2 or 3 years, and I've had nobody around me. Like I've lived alone for the last 7 years. I've been celibate for 3. Me practicing. God.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Me practicing stuff, and it's not like I don't have desire for for interaction with people, and I love women. You know what I mean? Like it's nothing out of that. I used to be addicted to sex. I used to have a drug cocaine problem. I had a terrible alcohol problem. To separate yourself from your vice is something totally different. To get to a point where you can actually have a conversation and not desire sex with a woman, that took me years. To get to a point where I didn't have to drink to be drunk. Now I can go have a shot of sake and I'm good. I don't got to drink the whole bottle. I don't need a shot of tequila after. You know what I mean? I don't got to smoke the whole fucking ounce of weed now. To get to that space, to be honest with yourself, respect yourself enough to notice that type of stuff. That took years. And it took years of accountability to not blame myself and live in some sort of guilt as well. You know what I mean? To continue to regret time I lost. And no, we're not doing that no more, man. That is how I got here. You know what I mean? Like, to practice all of these things, it's even easy to find ways to apply them. But to be in a space where you want to do them all the time, that's the problem. Everybody has good days, bad days. You're 100% right. I shouldn't project my bad days any more than I project my good days. We should just exist in the space we exist in.
Man, I got to take him with me.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, hold on. No, hold on. Wait a minute. At this time, we take time to redirect, regroup, and refocus with our life coach, Jeff Relaford. Let's hear some gems of wisdom from our life coach.
Mr. Producer.
All right, let's go ahead.
Life coach.
Y'all ready? Okay, here we go. So I just hope that y'all got from this particular episode today. I gotta put it on my man Backwood Brad, yo, because if you ain't come from the beginning and you drop it down, you done missed out on some stuff here today. Okay. Right. Because what you need to get out this episode for anybody who's aspiring to be an artist, for anybody who wants to look at this and make it, be authentically you. I want you to be true to yourself. I want you to make sure that those words that you put from pen to paper actually mean something and you can be relatable to somebody. Not just because you feel depressed and that's what sells. You know what I mean? Not just because you can pick up a drink and you can say, I'm going to drown my problems in the alcohol or the weed because it sells. No. Learn how to be relatable to people. Actually look at people on that emotional level and say, hey, this is me. And if this is me, this is you. And if this is you, you can achieve and do great things like I have done and I have been able to overcome. This is what Backwood Brad exemplifies. This is exactly who he is. Y'all listen to this.
I don't know what happened, but
be authentic.
That's the life coach, Jeff Relaford, redirect, regroup, folks. I don't know what happened, Jeff, but we got the gist of it. All right. Hey, Backwood, I wanted you to comment on this, man. Okay. Thank you, Marcel. Francis Resto says, I don't understand any of it. We listen to music that brought romance into a relationship. That is why young people can't have a relationship with the opposite sex. Comment on that, Brad.
For me in particular, I had a mom that was kind of, we'll say promiscuous for a nice term. So for me, I didn't have a lot of respect for women because I didn't have a mom that respected herself. Now, when you add in the sexual abuse that happened to me, I used to think that things were wrong with me because of how my body would feel in certain situations. So unknowingly of being touched and things like that when I'm younger. So being touched when I'm older in certain places doesn't feel the same. So like for a lot of people, when you start to get into those like sensual situations or even like a sexual situation, what's sexy to some people isn't sexy to other people. And that was something that I had to learn kind of, you know what I mean? Because like I would overdo it sometimes. Like sometimes it's just okay just to, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to over sexualize it. Like you don't just got to get nasty like sometimes it's a hug. It's not you rip her clothes off, you know what I mean? And to like learn how to exist in that space, I think is a lot more than just the music that we listen to, or a lot more than just the TV probably visually does it a lot more to people with the shows and programs that people are naturally being programmed with. But the music, you have to identify that with something else. If you hear like, if I told you if I say the word tree, but you don't know what a tree is, how do you identify that with anything? The problem is that most of the words that they hear in these songs, they're able to identify it immediately with something tangible. You know what I mean? Just because it's right in front of them. So like there's a lot of these parents these days that are trying to sexually educate their kids in the wrong ways. You know what I mean? Sometimes making it worse and so far down. I don't have any children myself to like dive into the politics of it, but I have nieces and nephews. So I do feel indifferent when I hear that they're trying to tell a 9 or 10-year-old, you know, about, just things that, in my opinion, at that age, just let me be a kid.
Okay. Can you, in your opinion, does this industry need a shock, a new injection, or is it okay in your book?
I don't think it was ever okay, as much as the people that had control gave it away. If our mentors and leaders from the late 80s, early 90s, now a lot of them, unfortunate things happened. Like a lot of them were incarcerated. Some of them lost their lives and things like that. But like the Puff Daddies of the world chose to enterprise and merge to be a black billionaire with the white man versus actually helping out everyone in his community and presenting like these opportunities that could be tenfold for everybody. There could be real jobs in hip hop versus you have to only work in these major entities. That is my problem with the Suge Knights of the world, with the Puff Daddies of the world, with the Leor Cohens, like all of these people, the Jewish people are supposed to help the black community. Like, no, we haven't seen too much of that camaraderie in the community for it to be a community, in my opinion. That's why I don't think that anything on the surface shifts anything either way, because they still control everything. Like we, and I say we because like I'm part of hip hop, you know what I mean? I'm a guest, but I know I'm part of this shit. We as a community in hip hop got to slowly start taking some of that shit back and be okay with not receiving what is like our dues. Be okay with not receiving what's deserved. Puff Daddy got what was due to him and what he deserved, and nobody else on Bad Boy did. How does that work?
Right.
I look
exactly, bro.
Yeah,
speaking
100%.
the truth.
Man, you spoke that one. Okay,
I said that a long time ago.
Puffy get them guys, he give them a contract, he give them one song, they get out there, everything's great. Puffy make a gang of money.
Mike Jones, Craig Mack.
Y'all remember the show Making the Band?
Yes,
yeah. How is that not black exploitation? How is that not black exploitation? And Puff Daddy literally thrived off that. Just exploiting and embarrassing young black people, some older, but literally a bunch of black males and females in their 20s, mid-20s, late 20s, struggling with confidence, struggling with maturity. Let's just expose all of that.
Well, you know, Puff Daddy wasn't the only one that did it, right? I think Ray J.
No, a lot of people did it. A lot of people did it. 100%.
Yeah, there's a bunch
100%.
of folks
It's just
doing it.
Puff Daddy is praised as being this, this black entrepreneur mogul that so many people should look up to, and then there's people, you know what I mean? But then the LL Cool J's and LL's a sellout. LL's one of my goats. He can't rap. Nah, like stop praising people who sold out the community and start looking to some people who actually give back to the community.
Thank you.
That's right.
I don't care if he's on NCIS and all that stuff like that. LL really gives back to the community.
Yeah,
often.
for real.
Often.
And when have you heard? And when have you heard that that he's been in trouble at all?
Never. One of my goats, Rakim. You know what I'm saying? I don't curse in my music because of Rakim. These brothers, the KRS Ones of the world, you know what I'm saying? Knowledge will always reign supreme.
Right.
These brothers do not get grouped in. I don't even care if they get the recognition. They should be at the same parties. They should be in the same podcast interviews. They should be in those settings, and they should be heard the same. Not just they weren't as successful. If you want to be businessly successful, watch Diddy, watch Jay-Z. Nah, like even Nas had to basically sell out with Hennessy and other shit to get his money. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And therein lies the problem. Getting that money. You got to get that paper. I mean, a lot of people want to get paid for what they do, but there's circumstance. Hey, a lot of people done it. I mean, think about it. A lot of people done sold. They sold for stuff. So I mean, it's money. And in order for you to correct this, you got to make sure you got to have Backwood Brads in the audience. I mean, that's in the lineup to get to the next level.
They try to shut people like them down.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They do.
In order for this to change, you got to have Backwood Brads that's in line saying, "No, forget all that noise. I want to do what I do. I'd rather spread this knowledge than stupidity."
We're taking steps backwards because so like we talked about in the other podcast, a lot of our generation spent 20, 30 years in bad contracts for these kids to still be coming out and signing 360 deal bad contracts. That's the problem, is that we literally have given up and lost so much money that now we compromise. Like you don't compromise 35, 40 years into it. This is literally where you start taking back what's yours. When you look at the NBA and stuff like that, you got players that are really you know what I mean? Like they're getting 50, 60% of revenue. Like the hip hop community gets 5 to 15%. Wait, what?
5? Did you say 5? I thought like 3.
That's
5
a steep number there, boy.
No,
It's no more than 15. It's no more than 15. Like
That's
the highest
crazy.
person's getting 15%.
15%.
Literally 85%
That's
going to
the
the record label.
6ix9ine out there.
Wow.
That's right.
That's wild.
Even the 6ix9ines of the world, like even to go on to 6ix9ine. What people don't want to acknowledge with 6ix9ine is that he did a whole nother genre of music before he did this.
Yeah.
He spent a year and a half over in Europe with his own money, own personal loan. His credit is probably good now, but he took out a $10,000 loan, messed up his credit, and just lived overseas and just rocked out for a year and a half. They don't talk about that, which led Shotty to, okay, we'll take a chance on this kid. So it's like the streets, as much as they're taking advantage of, like I said, they're looking for someone that they can mold, someone who has the work ethic, someone who's
That
willing
hustle
to
too, yeah, without a doubt.
And that's the problem, you know what I mean? There's a lot of that bad meets evil, for lack of a better term. And this is literally what happens.
You need a bunch of those people to come out, step up and come out. Because it's to me, it's just really messed up how this industry is exploiting. I'll call it what it is. They're exploiting these young guys. All right. I know a guy had signed to what was it? Not Death Row, but Irv Gotti and those guys.
Oh, that's the Ink.
Yeah. The Ink. All right. Young guy from Gary, SNFJT. All right.
Really?
Did everything to push him out there right off the bat. Okay. Made a song. Irv got his money. You don't hear nothing from SNFJT right now. Nothing. Can't keep falling for it. We can't keep falling for that. That's why BGHE is going to change all that. Trust.
Trust and believe.
Facts. There isn't a community for other things. Like if within hip hop, just like everywhere else, like there is no low income housing for hip hop people. There is no food stamps or no type of financial food assistance or any medical assistance for us in the hip hop community. That's what I'm saying. When you start getting an employer like that who can provide you with things like that, that's when it changes. That's when I stopped selling out rights to everything. That's when I stopped doing that stuff. But to get to that level, that's what I'm saying. Puff Daddy ain't trying to put nobody on his medical insurance. Like he's not doing that. He's going to take out life insurance on you as an artist before he gets you, some medical insurance. And that's the air that
they'll probably shoot you dead in the street if you need some money. So,
you know what I mean? Like they're trying to recover costs more than they're trying to actually see people recover. And that's the problem.
Oh, they tell you in a heartbeat on that one. I'm in Music City. I'm in Nashville. All right. So, I've seen all kind of crazy things. And as far as, getting people signed on, people not signed, people thinking they signed, I've seen a whole bunch of people. I've seen a whole bunch of these companies go through folks just like, food. Let me just go through them. I mean, use them. And the biggest thing I've always seen, once they shake $1 or $2, I mean, it could be as silly as $25,000. Okay. I had one artist come say, "Hey man, they offered me $25,000 to go on this tour with them, this summer." I said, "Hold up, homie. You could go to pump your brakes. You know how many people gonna be in front of that money before you might see. This is the stupid part. You might see $3,000 of that money. Yeah. $25,000. You might see $3,000 and you end up paying the taxes on $25,000. That's how you get in trouble.
Did you guys see that lottery winner, like the billionaire person? Like it was like 300 and they got like 756 million out of it. So literally like more than $1 billion already went to tax. Like how does that even, how you get more money? You know what I mean? It's crazy in taxes. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that's a whole nother thing, but I'm just saying it with the artists, they don't understand that part of it. They said, I only got a check for $1.2 million, but ask Hammer, he had $33 million in a year. And he's one that, what the check that he got was 10.
Look at
but he got to pay taxes on 33.
Look at New Edition, how they went all over the world.
Oh yeah.
And the bus
Maurice Starr screwed them over
project. They gave him a check for $1.98.
Maurice Starr
expenses and all of this stuff. Man, get out of here with all of that crap, okay? The artist is the one out there doing that work, all right? They're on the stage. It wouldn't be need for a manager, producer, and all that stuff. That artist didn't do his thing.
But we are just as, but that's what I'm saying. We are just as much to blame. So keep this in mind. MC Hammer didn't go bankrupt because he blew his money. He helped hundreds of people get out the streets.
Thousands of
fucking off
people.
that money. If those 100 people were in camaraderie with their brother and actually working towards something rather than being so fucked up themselves and couldn't heal, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not acting like I could have been in any better. You know, it's just we blame Hammer, not us, but society says he mismanaged money. Typical black celebrity. Nah, this brother was really doing things and got played in a sense.
When I say that, he did get results, and of course that was generational. It didn't stop. It didn't stop right there. It went from somebody going to college to somebody else going to college, somebody else going to college. It kept going. The money kept going. Him not necessarily paying for all of them, but paying for that first one to allow the next one to be paid for by the person that went before him.
But see, that's a classic example. That's why he was saying, you know, Brad was basically saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, you know, Hammer employed a lot of people. Okay, he employed a lot of people, but those people were literally sponges. Okay, and when the money started drying up, they didn't stick with him and say, okay, let's try something else. We're gonna do something. We're gonna do this. They left.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing. He's invested in the community without a doubt, but he ain't broke, regular broke. No, I mean, you know, he ain't regular broke by a long shot. He broke Hollywood. So, you know, Hollywood broke us $500,000 house. You know what I mean? And you know, a $500,000 house to us is pretty good, you know.
But let's be proactive with that. You know what I'm saying? And do it at the front end as opposed to trying to do it after everybody and rape us with it, you know.
Exactly. I understand. I understand.
Frankie kept all of her money at home and her sons had to wait until the IRS was paid before they could get anything. She said, be smart like the Queen of Soul. Aretha owed 25 years of back taxes.
Yeah. There's a fine line between the two.
Like, come and get it. Come and get it. I'm 6 foot under, baby.
And that's what I'm saying. Financial literacy is not what a lot of people think it is. Like, just because I tell you how to manage money, I can tell you how to go work out and exercise. Good luck. You know what I mean? Like, just because somebody has information, I talk about it often, there is no way for me to understand the application of it. If my daddy's poor, my granddaddy's poor, what the fuck does learning anything financial mean? I've never learned how to do anything with money.
And then you still don't have nothing to do something with it. You know what I mean?
At all. Exactly. You know what I mean? I watched Kobe Bryant work hard. I was able to actually go to some of them camps. I get chills talking about it. So that is tangible to apply. I seen that man's blood, sweat, and tears. I'm going to do that. When you watch your family, you know what I mean? Like, can't manage, house gets foreclosed, lights is always off. So I'm just supposed to have the courage and confidence that knowing what to do that they didn't, it doesn't always work.
Right.
And the perception that if I just had a little money, it would be different. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like we talked about a little bit earlier, full circle. Adding something or taking something away doesn't, by proximity, change it at all.
Well, Backwood, a lot of that also too. So you said, you know, you lights off and all that other stuff, and then you have to do all that and teach somebody how to manage some money and go uphill. Somebody's coming against you as you're going up. So it's I get it. I get it a lot. You know,
it's crazy, man.
And it's not an excuse. It's just that and where I was going with that is that the light that is shined on that, the people that are considered ignorant, that are considered, folks that can't get any further in life and things like that, that's the space that they're all judged in. And that's not fair. If I judge a first grader on 5th grade education, he's always going to be behind.
That's true.
That's not fair.
Yeah, facts, man.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
Those are facts, man. Look, we've been sitting here talking with the legend Backwood Brad, okay, giving us some true facts on this industry, but giving us some facts about life as well, man.
Gems.
And what's next for you, other than BGH?
Like I said, man, consistency. Like I don't want to. Not that I'm not going to take any time off. Everything now is, like I said, it's purposeful. Like I'm not doing any of this for pleasure. I'm doing all of this for purpose. And understanding where I fit in versus trying to fit in is really helping me a lot navigate the process. I say it often, not now is not no. I'm in no hurry because the things that I'm trying to do are not based on any time, any time restraints at all. Time is relative to me in my opinion. So what I'm trying to do, I have more than enough time to do it. And even if I was taken from us tomorrow, the seed's been planted. My music ain't going nowhere. And I got a lot of people behind me that are, you know what I'm saying, willing to see this all the way through. So that's the exciting thing.
Yeah, man. Something's getting ready to happen for you real soon, okay? If we got something to say with it.
Yeah.
Definitely. Just can't talk about it right now, but
no, I know.
Trust me. Gina, tell them. The BGH gets the back, bro.
We ready.
That's right.
Great.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, we appreciate you hanging out with us. What we do here on Dope Living TV Live, and I don't even know why I'm asking this man, because he's already said a whole bunch.
He said a whole lot.
But we go
but you know what? He could throw out one more gem. He could throw out one more nugget.
We go around and everybody just gives their final words, man, okay? Take your time. Say what you got to say. Give us something to go
on. If I could give anybody anything to go off of or go on today when you leave from here, what you take away from here, like I said, is perception, perspective. If you thought something was wrong today, look at it from the other perspective. And I'm not telling you to let anybody off the hook or become submissive or go against your moral values and things like that. I'm just saying, perspectively in conversation, a lot of things can change just in your perception, just changing that. So if I could give anybody anything today, perception, work on that.
That's tight, bro. Life coach, what you got?
Hey, I'm on piggyback off my man, because I'm always talking about that too. That's that perception, man. If you switch your mindset, I'm telling you, it can open up a world of just knowledge and endless doors for you. And what I mean by endless doors is it ain't necessarily got to be the right one, but you're able to take a lesson out of that door that you go through. And the best thing about it is that you can close that one and open up another one. So if you change your perception, man, just follow your right mind and think different.
Gina, you're not gonna say nothing.
I'm gonna make mine short, but I do want to say that I appreciate the fact that Backwood Brad has the courage to be different. You know, a lot of times we want to follow along with what's happening right now, what's successful right now, what's trending right now. But his music is different, and he's not afraid to be different. I love it.
Absolutely. Myself.
Different is okay. Be your own person.
Then I'm going to tell you, like, success is not always measured in money. You know that. I want you to continue to get that message out to everybody. Success is measured just like we were talking about MC Hammer. How much more success can he give to the next person, and they can give to the next person? That's how it's measured.
I just want to tell you, and I say it all the time. We say it all the time. Know your worth. First of all, know your worth. All right, don't fall for the okie doke. Don't accept the first thing that comes to you. Okay, and if you're trying to get in this business, learn the business. All right, understand what you're getting into before you even step on that stage. Learn this is business. All right, and make sure that all your affairs are in order. All right, and again, we say it every show: objectives and goals. Objectives and goals. Make sure that you set objectives. The goals have ends. The objectives don't have ends. It'll get you to your goal. All right. Don't set a goal. Set an objective, everybody.
Right.
Real quick, man. Don't forget, Jamie McGraw got this show. Check this out.
He's creating a platform for everyone to come and tell their story of how they turned tragedy into triumph. And everyone has a story to tell. Get ready to be motivated and inspired on That's Why I'm Here. So get ready, get ready, get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, your talk show host, Jamie McGraw.
Hi, I'm Jamie McGraw from That's Why I'm Here.
Man, that's why I'm here. There's a live taping Sunday, August 14th.
Oh.
Yeah. Y'all got to come see it. Come experience live television. Francis says if plan A don't work, always have a plan B. Yes,
You
sir. Yes,
better.
sir.
You
Yes,
better.
sir. Hey, Backwood Brad, man, look. Our platform is your platform, man. Whenever you want to come through and hang out with us, we got you, man. I appreciate you taking the time. I know you have to rush in and get here so that we can hang out, man. But hey, it's always good. And I'm saying this because, and this is the second time I'm talking to him, but it's always good to listen to you and talk to you, man. All right. Nothing but great things, and just hold on tight. It's about to come. It's about to happen. Shout out to Chris Mills, also from Dope Living TV Live and BGHE, man. He's the one that brought us Backwood Brad. So hey,
yeah,
it's coming. It's coming. It's Dope Living TV Live. We are going to see you guys tomorrow.
Yes.
And until then, man. Bye.
Peace.
Peace.